Hello everyone, this is H to the Husky here, and yes, I am alive, but we'll talk about that in just a little bit, but I have a very special treat for everyone here. It is going to be a free-for-all from Korea, from the Liquid House. There is, as you can see, they are already talking quite a bit here, but it is going to be a free-for-all between a lot of the top players in the world. So many people have been requesting that I cast a free-for-all, and I was able to get the hookup for you guys in this game. So of course, big thanks to Team Liquid, and big thanks to Mr. HuskyStarcraft right here to make all this happen. So he is going to be spawning as the orange Zerg, the light orange, or the light pink Zerg rather. He is the one that is probably going to die first. He is definitely not a pro gamer, but we love him anyway. So HuskyStarcraft spawning over here in the top center. On the top left side is going to be none other than TheLittleOne. And yes, all of these players are actually who they are in game. Trust me, this is legit, man. A lot of people have asked for this, so we finally were able to make it happen. So the TheLittleOne is over here saying he's going to do a 6 racks. Huck says that's completely standard play. And Jinro, who is from Team Liquid as well, and he is a moderator on the forums and stuff like that. A lot of people know him. He is spawning as the yellow Terran on the left side. He's also saying that he got double 8 racks like 10 minutes ago. And Liquid Tyler, you guys probably know him better as NonY, or NonY. I always get yelled at for saying his name wrong. But he is, well, he's from Team Liquid. He won the TSL, and he used to live in Korea a long time ago, playing way back in the day for Brood War. So that is NonY spawning down there in the bottom center. On the bottom right side is the pink Protoss Huck. I think bright pink is a very suiting color for Huck, as if you guys know Huck, he definitely has a very interesting personality. They are talking so much. You guys, oh man, this stuff is cracking me up. And Mug is actually going to be Rhett. If you guys don't know Rhett, he is also a very, very popular player. I mean, most people probably know him if you guys followed Brood War at all. But he's a really, really popular player. He's one of the many players I met at BlizzCon, and he is a great guy. He's super funny, super nice, and I think he lives in the Netherlands, so we always give him a hard time about that. And the last player is going to be LiquidJinro. I'll get back to that in a second. Is going to be Liquid Nazgul. So apparently, apparently HuskyStarcraft was doing a pretty sweet hatchery block there. I'm not quite sure what happened. I think he canceled. I guess that was a bunker there. So this is really going to test my commentating skills here. Someone's getting cannon rushed. Rhett is getting cannon rushed by Nazgul, and Nazgul is kind of like the head honcho. And Huck just scouted the cannons in Rhett's base. So Nazgul, the head honcho at Team Liquid, is going to be cannon rushing Rhett down here. So I'm going to do my best to try and catch all the action on the map, guys. But obviously there is just so much going on, as this free-for-all is going to get completely out of control here in absolutely no time whatsoever. So HuskyStarcraft is going to be grabbing a sort of hidden expansion. I think that this is the one main in the base or the one main on the map that hasn't been taken, because we are short one player, as HeyPro was absent from this game. So poor HeyPro didn't get to participate in this amazingly epic game. So HuskyStarcraft is going the revolutionary Evo chamber after spawning pool build. Everyone does indeed enjoy that. And there we go. The cannons have completed now, and Rhett is definitely not prepared for this. His queen is about to die, and it's 6 HP there, almost died from those cannons, and this is actually really, really bad news for Rhett. And so Rhett is definitely going down to those cannons. Not something you usually see in high-level Korean play. So it does look like NonY getting out more standard stalkers, while Jinro does have Marines over here securing the top of his ramp. Going to be getting a bunker there as well, and even actually getting an expansion, which I think this could be harassed by like Marines on the high ground. So if he actually flies it to this expansion, that's going to be impossible to defend. This one he could actually defend if he tried. So here he goes. It looks like right now Red is going to try and run down here to clean this up, and I just don't know if he has enough. He was able to kill that one cannon with his queen. The focus firing of the cannon not as good as it should be. This queen is going to die though, as she will not get away. There we go. That queen did go down. Nazgul going to continue getting cannons, as he does have cannons over here at his main as well. So this area is getting bombarded by not only the cannons, but well, I guess it's mostly the cannons, but I'm surprised he was able to hold that off so far. So Nazgul doesn't have that many cannons. He only has one cannon completed, and I'm really hoping I'm not missing anything too extreme over here. Apparently there is an island expo right here. That's completely OP, as there is only 2 island expos on this map. So now Rhett, he does have a Baneling nest, but he still has a spawning pool as well. He just has these cannons that are slowly pushing, and there we go. He probably is going to lose that. as he does not have that many cannons. He has one singular baneling on the way right now, as Nazgul is just giving him a very, very hard time in this game. Now, we do have a Ghost Academy and a Planetary Fortress on the way for Jinro. I'm not sure where that Planetary Fortress is. There it is on the way right now. So we could potentially be seeing very early nukes from him, which are actually really, really good in these big games because no one knows where the nuke is going down. It does look like the LittleOne is going to run out all the way across the map with a handful of Marines just to attack poor Rhett, who is already getting decimated by these cannons. And although there are some banelings over here, so Rhett is not only trying to hold off cannons, but he's also trying to hold off some Marines. But the LittleOne realizes that he says nobody here, so he's gonna back out. He is in the center of the map. It does look like Tyler over here does have a more standard army. Got some stalkers and some sentries as well. Going to be harassing the Terran. Doesn't have vision on the high ground though whatsoever. It looks like Jinro taking the watchtower to see exactly what's going on. LittleOne will have nothing of it, and he is going to take that now. It looks like Huck actually getting this Island Expo really, really quickly. There is going to be cloaking on the way for those ghosts that we did mention a little bit earlier, and Tyler trying to break down here, but that's not gonna happen. He will intercept this dropship though, the Warp Prism. So Huck is really sad about that. He is crying out like the baby he is, and not a lot gonna happen there, but he did get that really quickly, so he could actually secure this Island Expo. And poor Red over here trying to micro his drones away from this cannon, as the drones are too dumb, not realizing that there is a cannon there. That cannon is up to 3 kills. It does look like Heosat has some roach action over here going against Nazgul, trying to kill these cannons. Is going to be forced to back out there though, as that is just way too many cannons. I can't believe Nazgul is actually doing that. That is too hilarious. And what do we got? We got Tyler going over here. Got to be pressuring Huck at this moment in the game, but he isn't able to get up that ramp, as Huck does have a force field. Tyler not too happy about that fact, and blocking that off so far with that. He has enough energy for one more force field and got to kill that stalker, although Huck actually doesn't have that much stuff right now. He's actually getting a carrier, so he is getting a super early carrier here because, you know, at this point, why not? Tyler should be able to deal with it just fine, although there are several sentries right here that could be blocking up the ramp once again, so Tyler is going to lose these 2 sentries. And so I actually don't know if Tyler's going to be able to get up here or not. He is using his US to at least shoot the buildings once he has vision of the high ground. But Huck is keeping himself in here as long as possible, and so now that he does have his carrier on the way, maybe he can actually make something happen with that carrier. I really hope I'm not missing too much else on the map, as there are mass roaches, and Jinro still stuck with his cannons, as he doesn't have a lot going over there. The LittleOne does have that Island Expo fully, not fully saturated quite yet, but it's getting there. And so I guess the majority of the action right now is at Huck's base. And so where's that carrier? There's an Immortal and a carrier going the good old 1 robotics into carrier build. And is it going to be enough to actually hold this off? I don't think so, because carriers actually aren't that good against this many stalkers and sentries. So he is going to try and deal with it. The carrier does have 8 interceptors, but there is no upgrade for it to launch them quickly, so it is going to take a while to get them out there. The probes are getting a surround on these stalkers to keep them in place so the carrier can actually finish them off, and the probes are chasing these guys away. Interceptors trying to kill these units as quickly as possible, but I don't, actually maybe he will hold this off somehow with his hero probes, able to get us around over here. And this carrier does have 6 kills now, and there we go, the LittleOne telling everyone that Jinro is taking the gold in the center of the map, which on this map it's actually extremely difficult to do that. And now we're doing some work harassment over here with the carrier on the high ground, going to be harassing these probes, and it does look like Tyler is not too pleased about that, so he is trying to snipe that carrier. No second carrier on the way for obvious reasons, because he lost all of his probes at his main in that attack, but he does have this expansion. He just needs to make sure he is going to be saturating his minerals. So Tyler running in here once again. The Immortal can actually do quite a bit of damage against these stalkers. The carrier is going to push that back. And there we go, harassing that gas there with 1 Marine on the high ground. There are a bunch of roaches going to be killing the rocks in the center, which I believe is one of the only few entrances to the center is killing these rocks. And so this high yield expansion not even mining the gas, as it is just, well, it's getting harassed. I mean, he's only mining the minerals, not the gas. Someone is trying to attempt to throw down a Nexus there. That's not going to happen, though. But Heosat does have quite a few units here, and there is a nuke somewhere. I don't even know where it's going to be. Your guys' guess is as good as mine, because there's way too much going on in this game. I mean, the nukes are from Jinro. Jinro actually does have 3 nukes on the map, so he is going to be throwing them down all over the place. That is absolutely hilarious. Here's one right here. He actually nuked the entrance there with several nukes, so that is exactly where the nuke action is going down, and he actually sniped one of the Marines there before that got taken out. So it does look like the LittleOne was prepared for that. He did lose a little bit of units, but nothing too massive there considering the pace of this game. It does look like Heosat trying to take this out, but the splash damage a little bit too strong for these roaches, plus the SCVs are going to be repairing. Even going to get a mule down here to start repairing that, no problem. So Jinro is going to secure that high yield expansion. Heosat does have, he's just got to continue getting roaches. I mean, why not? They're a robust unit. I can't believe that Jinro actually has 3 nukes, as he has a lot more nuke silos than that, though. He does have 4 right there, possibly going to be getting more in just a little bit. These poor cannons, I guess Rhett was just, he gave up. He left this a long time ago. He says that this game is way too intense for him. He cannot handle it. And so, just looking at the army count, yeah, Rhett is gone. 87, 62, 82, 99, 85, and 72. So no one has a super distinct advantage at this point, just because, oh, there's nukes. Where are they going? Looking for the yellow dot. Looking for the yellow ghost. Is there one over here? Yes, it is going to be at this expansion. Heosat's drones are going to go down. He is nuking somewhere else as well. And boom goes all the drones, the queen and the overlord. And I think there's one over here. No, that expansion got taken out, and I'm trying to find the little yellow dots. It's going to be impossible to find all of them. There are 2 ghosts over here, gonna possibly be nuking right here, because you can nuke from the low ground. And I think that's exactly what he is going to do. And he is going to launch 2 nukes right here. Not a lot that Tyler can do about it, as there is going to be 2 nukes on the way. It'll definitely kill these pylons and probably kill a couple of the workers here. So here come the nukes right now. Boom! Able to kill the robotics. Almost got the cybernetics. Not quite, though. And there are just ghosts all over the map, as Jinro is just having fun nuking it. There goes another nuke, which it is going to be in the same spot. That one is going to get that cybernetics score. At the same time, though, there is going to be a pretty big battle over here. A couple of carriers, but not enough sentries to actually block off this army, as they are going to get up here. So it is Immortals and Carriers versus Stalkers and Immortals. Not something you see very often. So the Cybernetics core did go down. We do have a Robotics, and so it's the space right here. So that did get taken out, as Tyler got nuked several times there. And Tyler is also going to be losing his only expansion on the map. It is very difficult to secure the expansions. Mass Raven from the LittleOne, and he does have that Hunter Seeker missile upgrade, which is very, very strong against clumped up ground units, which you will find a lot in these free-for-alls. So now the LittleOne trying to bombard the high ground over here. Heosat going to be macroing up, although it does look like Nazgul is blinking into his base. So Heosat up against the wall right now, as there are a bunch of stalkers in his base. I think I just heard another nuke go down. I don't even know where it is going to be. It's going to be right here at this expansion. So all these SCVs are going to die a terrible death. The LittleOne doesn't seem to care, though, as he is going to be dropping a bunch of turrets down here in the main base. There's not a lot of units here to deal with this, just because there's been so many ghosts, and he's got to actually nuke the turrets. I definitely would never expect to see this whatsoever. At the same time, the expansion down here for Jinro is going down by Tyler, so he is actually going to nuke the turrets here. This is going to be absolutely hilarious. The SCVs are just barely out of the danger zone. Boom! Kills almost all the turrets there, and there's just no ground army to deal with it. He's still making ghosts, and another nuke going right there to kill those turrets. So these Ravens are pretty low on energy, because they just summoned so many turrets there. And the carriers for Huck are now getting in, I guess he still only has 2, but he is chrono boosting out 2 more right now, going to be in an annoying amount of like, there's going to be a crazy amount of carriers here if he's able to keep doing that. And look at this. Jinro is now trying to kill turrets with ghosts. That is also something you don't see very often. And he's also trying to get an expansion up here, because he knows that Rhett is no longer here. But the problem is that, there is still the building there. And that nuke is going to be launched somewhere. Oh man, Jinro is making my job very, very difficult. But at the same time, Nazgul is going to be killing Heosat, who is trying to get up a bunch of spine crawlers. The spine crawlers take basically eons to get into position, and so he's trying to get that. That's not going to happen, though, so it looks like the days are numbered here for Heosat. He does have a lair on the way, so he's getting a hive on the way. He already does have the lair, so maybe he'll try and get Ultralisk or something really quick, which are good against Stalkers, but not nearly as good against the Blink Stalkers. So I think the nuke was, nope, not right there, as there really isn't anything to nuke right there. So Jinro making a bunch of SCVs. He does have quite a few minerals, so he could get himself back in this game if he wanted. Nazgul looking to be in good shape. So is the LittleOne, though, as he has really good map control, and he does have his expansion as well. But there are several carriers on the map. The Blink Stalker is going to be cleaning this up. Poor Heosat has nothing going right for him. He is having his lair on the way. He's going to send out one heroic drone to try to expand somewhere. I don't know if there's anywhere left on the map that is safe to expand, as no one has been able to secure the center. The LittleOne, rather, does have quite an army, though, as it is very, very large in size. If we just look at the army size, it is 143. He is in first place. Huck is actually at 142, just barely behind him, somehow able to keep himself in this game with these carriers. Now that he does have 4 carriers, he should be in okay shape. He just has to be careful against Mass Viking, although with Mass Banshee, maybe we'll see a bunch of Hunter Seeker missiles going to be taking out those carriers. I doubt it though, but are there? No, there's going to be point defense drones. Are there going to be Hunter Seeker missiles? Yes, there are, blowing up Tyler's army all over the place, but actually spreading out fairly well there with his units taking minimal damage there, just showing the good control, although Tyler, also known as NonY, doesn't have anything to stop these carriers. He's got to try and back up to do this, but there are now 4 carriers, and he does have some upgrades for them. Not full on. Yeah, he actually has really good upgrades on these units. So right now it does look like Nazgul looking to take this expansion finally, and he'll have some mineral defense over here because of these cannons. And it does look like Heosat was able to get his hive up and trying to expand once again. Always a wise choice to try and keep yourself in this game. Keep in mind, the only player that is left so far is Rhett, so this is still anybody's game at this point. More nukes are on the way. 1 nuke on this army could turn the tide of it. I would definitely give the advantage to the little one right now. I don't know if he knows that he is going against carriers. So look at this patrolling as they're just like, I don't even know what you would call that. They're just patrolling, wandering around aimlessly after a crazy night of partying or something, because it is Huck after all. And so it does look like this is enough carriers to finish off Tyler. He's trying to get out some Void Rays. He is going to get out 3, which I don't know if it's going to be out. And Tyler just got nuked as well. All the probes were able to evacuate. So Tyler is getting really unfortunate in this game. 1 Void Ray goes down and another nuke. So he's got to be forced to run his probes once again. I don't even know if he realizes this, as the nuke is getting dangerously close down here. Poor NonY is just getting attacked from both sides. And so here comes the nuke right now. I think all these probes are going to die. Here it goes. He's getting killed by carriers, and nukes it kills every single probe. And so that expansion definitely done. Tyler has nothing left. And he's even nuking the Nexus again just to add insult to injury. Maybe he'll kill a couple of interceptors or something with that, as Tyler is definitely going to be the second one out of this game. But it looks like Heosat not looking very well at all. A lot of turrets over here from these Ravens, going to be doing so much damage. And you got to remember, these turrets last for so long. They last for 240 seconds. They have 150 HP and 1 armor. And with this point defense drone, you basically have to sacrifice these buildings. There's not a lot you can do about it. Although wisely going around, focus firing down these turrets, not the point defense drone. There's just not enough. And look at this, man. The little one just dropping these turrets everywhere, killing probes, killing nexuses. He doesn't even care. He is just indiscriminately dropping them everywhere, and he's actually killing units with them, which is definitely something you don't see very often. At the same time, though, it does look like Huck got to make a move on Nazgul's expansion. However, spoiler alert, there's actually not a nexus down here, so he just sacrificed a lot of units there into those cannons for really no reason other than just to kill the cannons. And so it does look like Nazgul was able to hold that off miraculously somehow with his army there, but that is so many Ravens. I definitely think that the little one is in the best spot right now. Jinro trying to scare this expansion, but the little one will have nothing of it. He does have good vision over it. He can easily defend that if he wants. Now there are a lot of carriers at this point, as there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but they're going to be locking down the center for Jinro, so Jinro not very